small steps in the correct direction, eventually taking you to where you want to go. Compounding little by little by little over time, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The stack of silver or the stack of gold goes from a small pile into an entire mountain of precious metals. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Happy Small Business Saturday. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. Today, I want to talk about what could happen if you were to take $1,000 and convert it into silver every single month over the course of 5-10 years down the road. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. Use promo code THANKS for a 15% discount. So today I wanted to talk about what could potentially happen if you were to convert $1,000 a month into silver and also gold. I have 3 separate categories. If you were to put $1,000 exclusively into silver, $1,000 exclusively into gold, or if you were to go about half and half. So for the sake of today's video, I'm going to be using arbitrary numbers. I'm going to be using the current spot price of silver and gold with a little bit of a premium tacked on, and I'm going to keep it that way throughout the duration of this video. There is really no way in the world spot price is going to be identical to what it is today 10 years in the future. But for the sake of today's video, I'm just going to use that just for simple numbers, and then I'm going to show you guys what I mean later on in the video. So it's going to be more so the compound effect. If you were to take $1,000 a month and put it into, let's start out with just silver, with the current spot price being about $22 and change, we can just round that up to about $25 because premiums are pretty much unable to be escaped. That would get you roughly 40 ounces of silver a month. Over the course of 6 months, you would have approximately 240 ounces of silver, assuming that the spot price virtually didn't even move at all. By the time a year goes by, that would be about 480 ounces of silver. 2 years would be 960 ounces of silver. 5 years, 2,400 ounces of silver. 10 years, 4,800 ounces of silver. Approximately. Now, like I said, spot price is going to change. There are going to be times where you will be able to get more silver for your currency, and there are going to be plenty of times where you're going to be able to get less silver for your currency. But over the course of a decade of stacking, if the spot price didn't move at all and you were to consistently put about $1,000 a month into silver, you would have roughly 4,800 ounces of silver. Now, this is actually a video that was inspired by a conversation that we were having during one of my most recent VIP club streams. I think it was the Wednesday night live stream. By the way, for the record, the next VIP club stream is going to be tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Link in the description if you want to join the VIP club. And by the way, speaking of the VIP club, I'm actually doing a giveaway over there. This one is 3 times bigger than my previous giveaways. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is simply be a VIP club member before December 1st. That way, after December 1st, I can pull random names from the list of VIP club members, get in contact with them, so I can send all of the winners all of their prizes. Link in the description if you want to join. And it's not just giveaways, it's also privately held live streams, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale, and you can watch all the YouTube videos commercial free. If you want to be a part of the giveaway, you only have 2 days left to join. Link in the description. But now moving forward, I want to talk about if you were to put $1,000 a month into exclusively gold, no silver at all. Now with the current spot price of gold, with a little bit of a premium tacked on, if we were to take $1,000 and put it into the beautiful yellow metal, we would only really be able to get about half an ounce of gold every single month. Now, by the time 6 months go by, that would be 3 ounces of gold. A year would go by, 6 ounces of gold. 2 years, 12 ounces of gold. 5 years, 30 ounces of gold. 10 years, 60 ounces of gold. If the spot price were to not move at all, which I do not believe is going to be the case. Now, what were to happen if we were to go half and half? Little bit of silver, little bit of gold. 500 into silver, 500 into gold consistently every single month over the course of a decade. First month, 20 ounces of silver, quarter of an ounce of gold. 6 months, 120 ounces of silver, an ounce and a half of gold. A year, 240 ounces of silver, 3 ounces of gold. 2 years, 480 ounces of silver, 6 months of gold. 5 years, 1,200 ounces of silver, 15 ounces of gold. 10 years, 2,400 ounces of silver, and 30 ounces of gold, approximately, roughly, just about, assuming that the spot price doesn't move in any way, shape, or form. Now, as I've said a couple times throughout the course of today's video, that's not going to be the case. Spot price is going to fluctuate. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to be, the volatility is always going to be going all over the place. And in my opinion, from my perspective, I think it will consistently have an upward trajectory with some dips along the way, but I think it's going to be moving more so up, especially silver. Today's video, I wanted to focus predominantly on silver. I believe silver has the potential to double in value, maybe triple in value, potentially quadruple in value. Who knows? Maybe it'll even go beyond that over the course of the next decade. But what were to happen if we were to put those $1,000 a month into silver, consistently walk away with the 4,800 ounces of silver, as I was saying towards the beginning of the video, and then spot price were to go up by measly 50%. What if the spot price went up by just 50%? That's nothing crazy. That's nothing insane. That's nothing mind-blowing. But what would the silver be worth in fiat dollar bills if the spot price were to go up by only 50%? Now, before we can even talk about that, we'd have to be talking about how many fiat dollar bills the stack would be worth if spot price didn't move at all. And the answer to that would be about $120,000. In my opinion and from my perspective, $120,000 put into silver stands a far better chance than putting that $120,000 in your bank savings account. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a camera, so don't take this as financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only and to somewhat paint a picture of what the compound effect is. But that $120,000 converted into about 4,800 ounces of silver, what if the spot price went up by a measly 50%? That would mean the $120,000 put in would now be valued at about $180,000. Not that you should necessarily view it as an investment or be measuring it in dollar bills in the first place. I just thought that this would be a really interesting way of viewing the silver from a completely different perspective. It is, after all, Small Business Saturday, and everything that I do in my life, I tend to look at it from a business perspective, and this is not how the average person that's stacked in silver looks at silver. This isn't even how I look at silver or how I measure wealth or anything like that. I just wanted to plug some numbers in and explain what the compound effect is. So if you guys do not know what the compound effect is, it is little by little, small steps in the correct direction, eventually taking you to where you want to go. Very similar to the snowball effect, very similar to the ripple effect. They are all essentially synonymous. Compounding little by little by little over time, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The stack of silver or the stack of gold goes from a small pile into an entire mountain of precious metals. That's the compound effect. Small steps in the right direction, eventually taking you to where you want to go. And I think where many of us want to go is simply in the direction of wealth preservation. Many of us are stacking silver and gold for that reason right there. We're not necessarily measuring it in dollar bills. I don't think many of us believe that silver is an investment. Now, of course, you can buy some paper silver, some paper gold. You can buy into some precious metal ETFs. When it comes to the stock market, you can invest that way. But as for the physical precious metals, the tangible asset that you're holding in your hand, I don't personally consider that to be an investment. Now, you might consider it to be an investment. I'm personally not willing to argue with anybody over verbiage. You might agree with me, you might disagree with me. It does not matter. You don't have to agree with me. But the way I see it is that compounding over time, adding a little bit of silver every month, this is what most people do anyway. Most people add a little bit of silver a month, except many of us might not have $1,000 to work with every single month. Many of us might not have $1,000 left over after going to work and trading away our most valuable asset. More valuable than your silver, more valuable than your gold, more valuable than all of the silver and all of the gold on the planet combined. Your time, your most valuable asset. When we go to work every single day and trade our time, our hours, our fleeting asset for dollar bills, fake fiat glorified IOU pieces of paper, we got to go home and take care of all the people who are demanding those fake fiat IOU dollar bills. The bills, you got to keep a roof over your head, you got to put food on the table, you got to pay for your phone, your car, your insurance, whatever else that you have to take care of. After you go to work and trade all your time away just to be handed glorified IOU notes, you go home and then a bunch of other people take those IOU notes away from you. And with the dollar bills that are left over, if you're anything like me, you like to trade some of them for a little bit of silver, maybe a little bit of gold. And odds are you probably don't have $1,000 laying around every single month. You might not have $12,000 a year to do whatever you want with. If you're an average Joe, maybe you have $500, maybe you have $200, maybe you got $10,000 at the end of the month. I don't know your financial situation, but odds are you probably don't have too much fiat left over to work with, unfortunately. So you like to take those IOUs and you trade them for a little bit of silver or gold, as much as you can get, if that's what you want to do. That's what I try to do. Sometimes I'm only able to get 5, 10, 15, 20 ounces of silver. That's perfectly fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I received a comment from somebody one time telling me that if you don't have enough dollars to convert into 50-ounce silver bars, you shouldn't be stacking in the first place. My response to that is, with all due respect, you're stupid. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's like saying if you can't afford a brand new BMW, you shouldn't be driving a car at all. To propose that you need a certain level of income to begin saving your money is absurd. That's the stupidest logic I've ever heard, and if anybody ever tells you that, in one ear, out the other, they're a moron, and odds are they're probably not even stacking to begin with. But those of us who are making the most of what we have, we're doing what we can with what we have where we are in life. We might not have hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars extra just laying around. A lot of us have these financial responsibilities that are always going to come first, and with the dollar bills that are left over afterwards, we like to trade it for a little bit of silver, because I don't know if you see it the way I see it, but from my perspective, it's almost like trading away debt for real, true, honest wealth. That's the way I see it. Now, you might not be in debt. You might not have debt. I have a whopping $0.00 worth of debt. No debt in any way, shape, or form. No type of debt anywhere, anyhow. No debt whatsoever. But the dollar bills that you're holding on to, they're essentially debt notes, because at this point they're backed by debt, unfortunately. They are no longer backed by gold. They're not really backed by anything if you think about it, but they are somewhat backed by debt. And in my opinion and from my perspective, I don't think anything that's backed by debt has much of a leg to stand on. It's almost like one of those things that build up and up and up and up and up and then all of a sudden fall down because it didn't really have the strongest foundation to begin with. So what I like to do is trade away those debt notes for real, true, honest money, for a little bit of silver, a little bit of gold, even if it's just 5, 10 ounces of silver, even if it's just 1/10 of an ounce or 1/4 of an ounce of gold. I like to trade those dollar bills for real, true, honest money. Internationally recognized money, biblically recognized money, constitutionally recognized money. It's real money. It's not fake. It's not man-made. It's not an IOU. It's not currency piece of paper backed by nothing. It's real, true, honest money with real, true, honest intrinsic value with 10,000 plus different uses in reference to silver. That's why I like silver so much and why I'm so heavily involved in silver. Silver is my precious metal of choice. Gold is also a priority of mine, but I've always seen silver as the opportunity metal. I think silver has way more room to grow and perform over time, and I believe it will open up an opportunity for me if the gold to silver ratio gap closes in. I'm not talking about going from 1 to 65 or 1 to 60. I'm talking about 1 to 50, maybe 1 to 40. At that point, I would see it as an opportunity for me, maybe not for you, but for me to trade some of my silver for a little bit of gold. I can use the opportunity metal to propel me in the direction of what I consider to be the powerhouse metal, the ultimate form of wealth preservation. That's how I see silver and gold. They're completely different metals for completely different reasons, and I have completely different methods of acquiring each of the metals. Of course, right now, I'm trading some of my dollars for gold, and that's because I believe in diversification more than anything else. I believe in silver very, very strongly, but there's one thing I believe in more than silver, and that's diversification, which is why I stack some gold as well. But ideally, I would much rather trade silver for gold than dollars for gold. I believe there's a cycle. I don't want to, but I have to trade my time for dollars. Then I can trade my dollars for silver. Hopefully when the gap closes in, I can trade some silver for gold, and then who knows, maybe a couple of years, couple of decades down the road, I can trade that gold for land, and then I can lease that land for farming purposes, or I can use it to propel me in the direction of real estate, and then I'll be able to potentially put roofs over people's head in exchange for a little bit of cash flow, and then I can take that cash, and what can I do? Trade it for more silver, and then use that silver to help me acquire even more gold. Rinse and repeat. Now I understand this does not work for everyone. This does not make sense to every single person out there. Everyone's stacking for completely different reasons. Maybe you watching this right now, maybe you're stacking silver strictly just to make a quick buck. Maybe you bought in at $21 and you're waiting for it to go to 28 just so you can trade it back for dollars and roll around in the currency. Maybe you're doing it to pass it down to your kids and or your grandkids. Maybe you're doing it for this reason, maybe you're doing it for that reason. Maybe your reason is somewhat the same or similar to my reason. We're all stacking for different reasons. There's no real right or wrong way of going about it. But the point I'm trying to make is that once the compound effect really starts moving, once you really start to gain momentum, it's easier to keep going than it is to stop. And I believe, in my opinion and from my perspective, the silver, and as I'm stacking it as aggressively as I can, unfortunately I don't have as many dollars to work with as I wish that I could. It's been an unbelievably expensive last couple of months, so unfortunately I've had to reduce the amount of silver I'm able to acquire, but I'm pretty happy that the spot price came down this week because we saw $24 silver for several months. It wasn't moving much at all, and then I think earlier this week it went down to $23 and change, and then yesterday or the day before it went down to $22 and change. So the lower the spot price, the better, because that just means I can convert my dollars into a larger amount of silver. I can get more bang for my buck, and not to mention, it is Thanksgiving weekend. We just went through Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Black Friday, tons and tons and tons of Black Friday sales. We got Small Business Saturday, which is today, and I hope each and every one of you paid your local coin shop a visit today. It's very important to support small businesses. There's nothing I love more than supporting small businesses. I get joy out of it. I love giving my business to small businesses, and I always appreciate it when people support my business, and if they're picking up a t-shirt or a hoodie or even a sticker for a couple of dollars, every little bit helps. Don't forget, use promo code THANKS for a 15% discount. But then tomorrow, there's still going to be sales going on because it's still the weekend of sales. And then, of course, on Monday, what's Monday? Cyber Monday. Just nonstop sales, 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 discount, 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 with spot price being lower than what we're used to begin with. It's just a win-win. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm using this as an opportunity to hopefully acquire as much silver as I possibly can. I also recently picked up quite a bit of prepping gear. You can expect tons and tons and tons of videos, product review videos coming out through the month of December. One of my goals for the month of December is to upload twice a day, as many days as possible. So I'm going to be uploading precious metal videos every day, but I'm probably going to put a second video up every other day or a couple times a week reviewing different prepping videos and whatnot. So there's going to be tons of content coming in the very near future, and I'm pretty excited. Head on down to the comments and let me know your thoughts on the compound effect when it comes to precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. Don't forget, I will be going live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout-outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a bunch of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of the YouTube videos commercial-free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. Don't forget, you only have 2 days left to join if you want to be entered into my Christmas giveaway. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. Don't forget, use promo code THANKS for a 15% discount this weekend only. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on everything that I shared today regarding the compound effect? Are you familiar with the compound effect, or the ripple effect, or the snowball effect? They're all essentially the same thing. Small steps in the right direction, eventually taking you to where you want to go, and allowing the silver and the gold, the stack of precious metals, while you consistently and regularly add to it, the pile of silver and gold eventually begins to turn into a mountain of silver and gold. What are your thoughts on everything that I shared in today's video? Head on down to the comments and let me know your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas regarding today's video topic. And this is going to sound random, but who do you think is going to win the fight tonight? Mike Tyson or Roy Jones Jr.? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.